Guys, Garrett Copsey here, Moki Moki Squad Team 7. I have a light ruler profile here for you. I have tried many variants of this, so I'm no noob when it comes to light rulers, but let's go ahead and get into the video. Start out with the 3 boss cards, our 3 Judgment Dragons. The icing on top of the cake is that the deck wasn't already good enough, and they just go ahead and decide to give Lightsworns the best card in the game.
I would like to point out he has a common.
I do have a common. I had a secret, kind of traded away. Feel kind of stupid for it, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Next, we play the 3 E-rulers. I used to play 4, got extremely cloggy. I decided to drop down Tempest because even with Redox, I still have other targets I can go into, Synchro-wise, and XYZ-wise, and Tidal, same. It's just I just felt that Tempest was the weaker of the 4 when it came down to it. 2 outright Diabolos, just because it helps you out those rank 7 spams for your Draco Sack or Big Eye or just anything you need to get out that's really important to help clinch the duel if you need to go into it. Then one of the best cards ever made in Yu-Gi-Oh! BLS. If BLS gets on the field, it's hard for them to come back. Even if you don't attack, you just banish, and then you can get rid of their Yamatos or anything that they need to help them Burning Abyss. Now we're going to jump into the Lightsworn engine. Honestly, I'm not sure why they even made this card, but Lumina makes the deck completely unfair, especially with the new support that we just got past couple months, which really made the Light Rulers possible, honestly. But this card's just overpowered as long as you don't get Fiendish Chain or Breakthrough Skill. Even so, you still get to discard your card for cost if you want to, just to get your cards in the grave. Next, we play the 2 Raiden. I've experimented with 1 Raiden and 3 Raiden. 3 Raiden's way too cloggy, 1's not enough, and 2's just right. The main phase mill, end phase mill is not really fair, especially if you can get out Garroth with him, just because you get those extra mills and the draw pluses if possible. Next, we play the 2 Lilas. The MST of the deck, honestly, since I moved over to Light Rulers, it's rare you can go into this card more than for an XYZ summon or something, but it's honestly good for just getting rid of a Mirror Force or something that they might have hiding face down.
Can't help notice another common.
Yeah, there's another common. Not rich.
Oh, bull crap.
Alright, I got one Garroth. He's mainly another name, but then again, you have that Raiden play with him or your Lumina play. He can be handy when he needs to be, but otherwise he can just be a beater. 1 Jane, again another name. He's not that great, but I mean he gets over Thunder King Ryo, which is a rare occurrence for me. But when you do come across him, you can get around him just by the attack boost, and it makes life easy on us Americans. Go ahead and play 1 Aaron.
What makes you think that they're Americans? Why can't they be Europeans?
Well, I'm an American. I only play Americans, so it's not stereotypical or anything. It's just my preference.
Okay.
Play 1 Aaron because Ghost Tricks are a thing, and so are stall decks. And when you play a card in defense mode, why not just send it back to your deck and not do any damage calculation, and still get my mills, and you don't really get you don't get to say a whole lot about that. Next, this one's optional. This one's okay, not my favorite, but it comes in handy when you need it to be. You play that 1 Minerva. Get that extra mill if it's milled or discarded with a Lumina effect. Just go ahead and pitch it, mill an extra card, and then bring out anything you really need to. It's handy. Another card that's really good, and I'm not sure why they even came out with this for more support, but let's just go ahead and play it anyway, Felice. You don't even need to use it for its Synchro ability. You can just bring it back, pop it, or Tribute Mill 3. It's never hard. It's not bad to mill 3 when you're playing Lightsworns, obviously. Obviously another name, but that's the end of the Lightsworn engine. Then we kind of get into more dragons and darks here. Play the 3 Eclipse Wyvern, get your Diabolos and JD banished just to bring them back and make your opponent cry. Play the 1 Honest because the majority of the deck is light, but no, it's kind of a god card. play 2 Curry Bandit. You don't even really a lot of time get a spell or trap. You might occasionally get one, but it's more or less just to get your mills for your monsters, obviously. And the card you really hope to mill with using him is your Necrogardenas. More of a lifesaver type deal here. Even if you open with hand, Lumina effects, let's just go ahead and send him to the graveyard. He's not useful. And here's a new tech I kind of just added in not too long ago. I find is actually working fairly well. Is Plague Spreader. I've experimented with Plague Spreader before. It just feels like with this format, Beals is pretty good unless you got a deck that can make a Big Eye, but I mean, or 101, which is actually kind of easy, but I mean, it's never bad to get into a Beals, or that even helps get out a Go-Yo Guardian, which I'll show you later. Next, the 3 solar recharges. Not sure why they made a card. It just has nothing but pluses, and it's not really fair, to be completely honest with you.
Just mash up the monsters and spells, why don't we?
Yeah. Here's another card that's not really fair. It's Charge the Light Brigade. That secret though. It's Charge the Light Brigade, Charge the Light Brigade. It's not fair. I only play 1 Rhoda, 2 is Cloggy, and you don't really have enough warrior searches, but I mean, you mainly go for Raiden if you don't open up with him, which is actually kind of rare, but just gives you that search for Raiden. Next we're going to get into the traps. Only 5 spell cards, but we'll go ahead and get into traps. Ironically, more traps than spells, but they all have their own purpose and use. You play the 2 Royal Decree because Evil Swarms are a thing, and so are Constellars, and anything that plays traps can shut you down fairly quickly, so play that Royal Decree. Play the 2 Breakthrough Skills just because, you know, why not? What harm does it do? Got 101 out and I milled my Breakthrough Skill, let me just activate Breakthrough Skill effect. Get rid of him, or even Exciton Knight. Exciton Knight don't get a whole lot of say in the matter either. Another card that I found is really good. I really didn't want to play it, but because it's a trap, but it has done nothing but good for me recently. The 2 Needlebug Nests. It's never bad opening up with 2 of those and milling 10 right off the bat and just completely smashing your opponent.
Man didn't know about Needlebug Nest, so we told him.
The last trap is going to be Beckoning Light. That's not even a mandatory card, honestly. I mean, it can add back your JDs if they get milled, which is always kind of sad and breaks your heart a little bit, but I mean, yeah, Beckoning Light can do work. We'll go ahead and jump into the extra deck here. Card I just added relatively recently, Armades. Really just added that because of the fact I play Plague Spreader. Plague Spreader, Lumina, get out that, no traps or anything like that, so it's always good. One of the best synchros in the game right now, honestly. 2 Michael, I want to pay 1,000 and banish your card and have fun, really, and you get 3 mills as well. Even can be a 4th name, so you got that. Also effect, bring back your Luminous from your grave, get life points. I mean, I'm not sure why they even came out with that card, but I'm not really complaining. 1 Black Rose because it's a free nuke and then sets up for JD, nukes, and there's no even need to do, just JD OTKs with E-rulers and stuff like that. Then I play 3 level 8s here, got a Beals, a Stardust Dragon, and a Crimson Blader. The Beals because Beals is a great card. Stardust Dragon because Stardust can be useful with Mirror Force. And Crimson Blader because Mermails are a thing. And so are Sylvans and stuff we don't need happening. Then we play that 1 Star Eater, easy E-Ruler into a Raiden, bring him out, and then usually sets up a victory. And even if he gets destroyed, it's not an E-Ruler target, so what's wrong with that? Then we get into the XYZs. Play 1 Leviair, just because if you get your Plague Spreader banished, bring him back, or even your Wyverns. Bring him back, he gets the reuse their effects. Pretty awesome. And then the rank 7s, play 1 Draco Sack and 1 Big Eye. I've experimented with both 2 Draco Sacks and 2 Big Eyes. And the extra deck space is so much better for when you can add the second Michael or the Armades or even the Beals, which I even took out a second Vigor Sack for. It's just, you don't really need two of either one of them. If they can get rid of both of them, then they deserve to win, honestly. But then again, you always have those JDs to fall back on as well. Then our last one is Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. The best XYZ in the game, in my opinion, just because he can shut down any effect and unharm himself or a JD if Dark Hole or Regeki is dropped on you.
Alright.
I do not have a complete side deck, but we'll go ahead and show you what I do have. Play one Rally or Dauntless because my guy who comes to our locals very rarely, but he still comes. Plays Gravekeepers, and this gets rid of Necro Valley, and that's really, really helpful, and with the 2 additional pops, so yeah. We signed in that other common, Lila, just because sometimes you go against back row heavy decks and Lila is needed. Then we play the 1 Effect Veiler. I honestly don't like this card that much. I'm going to be bluntly honest with you. I don't like it taking up hand space, even though it's a hand trap. I don't like it taking up space when I could have Illumina or something more useful in hand, but that's just my personal opinion. And for the mirror match, we'll go ahead and play Soul Release just because we get to banish stuff, and that's always fun. Not even letting your opponent just reuse it. 1 Monster Wreck because why not? Just pitch a Plague Spreader or something you don't need and get back a JD. And because Evil Swarms and Zectors and Vampires are things, we'll play 2 Shadow Imprisoned Mirrors just because we don't like that stuff.
Hey, since when were you scared of vampires?
I mean, vampires are okay. I haven't personally dueled them yet, but I've seen them in action, and they can do work. 1 Skill Prisoner. Just because it can be used in the graveyard, that's the only real use I have for it. If it gets milled, you still get the effect. And because a friend of mine, Austin, who has also uploaded a video to Moki Moki Squad 7 channel, has played Spellbooks, which kind of inspired me to put that in there, make life easier, make him set it before you can use it. And also for the mirror match, we play 1 Starlight Road. Go ahead and JD nuke me. I'll go ahead and Starlight Road, negate it, destroy it, and then get me out of Stardust Dragon. Well, guys, that's all I have here for you. I wish I had more, but especially side deck wise. But you know, you can only do what you can do. Moki Moki Squad 7 out.
Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and goodbye.